episode 3. I've been really trying to get some stuff off my chest now that I can speak. We're going to talk about it. I really want to talk about a topic that's really close to my heart that hasn't been really talked about it. And I think it's time. Like I said, let me introduce myself again. My name is Jack. At one point, I had 12 physical businesses, locations in LA where I was doing everything and anything, and everything was possible. I was in the process of opening up the 6th bakery, a fashion building, big things, no weed. Just like the rest of you motherfucking cockroaches, no weed. Real business, real money. And then I got a divorce, okay? Divorce was very tricky. It kind of threw me off because I wasn't ready. But here is the story about why the bakeries are there and why my brother was shot by my ex's brother, Edgar. So we're going to talk about all this. This is a sad but interesting conversation. I know there's been a lot of misconception about my character and what really happened and what the reality of things are, but here we go, all right? So when I was set up with the divorce, with the evidence and the footages and the restraining orders by my ex, and her family members, you know who you cockroaches are. All the family members, little Santa's helpers, little invisible bitches, you know who you are. You've been my sons for a long time, including Edgar. The little boy that's been my son, whose wife used to be my bitch, who he has kids with, shot my brother because of my ex. I would understand the anger if it was towards me, because I remember specifically one night while hanging out, while I was married, we would party together. We were leaving the club, and his current wife, was texting me on my second phone, on my throwaway. And I said, you know what, this is a bad bitch. You should fuck her. I don't want her. You should have her. I'm going to give it to you. And next thing you know, he's married to her. Next thing you know, he has kids. Next thing you know, he's beating her ass because he's accusing of her hooking up with me, which I don't know. I'm not going to say nothing. There's 2 kids involved. They wished for me to lose my kids. They set me up with him, his dad. He tried to take my brother away. This cockroach, actually. So the reason why there's controversy is because I given my ex the bakeries. When it was time to split, I said, I don't want to split. I want to either all in or all out. I don't want nothing to do with you or your family. So I said, you either buy me out or I'm going to buy you out. So she agreed that I'll buy her out. And when we agreed on the price, she said, no, I'm actually going to buy it. I said, sure, you can have it. I don't give a fuck. I just want to get away. So I let her have all the bakeries. She was supposed to pay me a lot of money for it because I built those to be worth a lot of money. So this whole time for the past 3 years, everything has happened for me not to get paid on my bakeries, the setup, the videos, the conversations, the restraining orders. She still owes me money for those bakeries. Those bakeries are mine. Okay? The reason why her family, the brother and the dad own those buildings, because I let them borrow the money to buy those bakeries, those businesses, those houses. I paid those down payments. They would come and beg me for money, my sons. So apparently last year when I was in Miami, this is all covered up by her and family, but you can Google and find out about the shooting on Glen Oaks about a year ago, where Edgar goes down and decides to shoot my brother in front of my bakery on Glen Oaks Boulevard because Elder told them to. So I'm sitting in Miami. My brother calls me, says, I'm dying, I just been shot. He was on the street dying, calling me. who, fucking cockroach, Edgar, runs down, pulls a gun on my brother while he's with his son. My brother, Robert Torosian, everybody knows who he is. Everybody loves him. Everybody knows who he is. He shoots him in front of the bakery, in front of his son. So this is the cockroach, that little bitch, the little weasel. My little son, his wife is my bitch. Okay? I understand why they would be angry towards me, but my brother, you shoot my brother on the street. Now and then, once my brother is down, he goes on top of him, try to pull the trigger on his head. And then when that jams, right, because God is great, and jams, he takes out a knife and starts stabbing him. This is the little monkey, cockroach, little bitch that set me up with the cops, is doing to my brother. And this story doesn't exist anywhere. His name is not mentioned anywhere, but he's actually facing time. He's actually facing life. He's on probation. He's not on probation. He's on bail. He's on bail. He's facing life. He wished that I lose my kids. Any man that wishes any harm to anybody's family, especially to their kids, deserves the same, and I wish the same towards him and his family. And God is great. Karma is a bitch. And your wife is my bitch. Don't forget that, little bitch. So after he stabs him, he gets up and starts kicking him in the head. This is middle of the street on Glen Oaks, okay? So this is the bitches that these bitches are. They have been able to cover up the story. It doesn't exist, this story. His name is not mentioned anywhere, but there is a charge and he's facing. There is a video from Paradise Bakery and Papillion Bakery showing the whole thing. So my brother's kid, 10 years old son, is watching this shit happen. His dad is being killed in front of him. Pulls out a gun from the bag that my brother had to shoot the motherfucker, and he runs away. So, talk about a movie. Believe it or not, this is the little bitches that have been acting like a victim this whole time. I haven't been able to talk about it because I've been restrained and I've been arrested way too many times for no reason, because there is some cockroaches, the drug-dealing motherfuckers who've been growing weed, who've been borrowing my money, who've been living off my shadows and my fame, trying to shoot my brother, trying to put me in jail. And the bitch is filing bankruptcy now so she doesn't have to pay me for my bakeries that she's been flaunting. Those are my bakeries, bitch. I own everything, okay? I'm gonna get everything that's mine. Your family's gonna get everything that's theirs. They wished me to lose my kids. They wish my brothers to have no parents. These kids have no parents. That's some evil-ass motherfuckers, if you ask me. They deserve worse than that. I wish you... Well, I wish you well. We'll talk soon.